Holy Spirit, you are welcome here. Come flood this place and fill the atmosphere. Your glory, God, is what our hearts long for. To be overcome by your presence, Lord. Your presence, Lord. Holy Spirit, you are welcome here. Come flood this place and fill the atmosphere. Your glory, God, is what our hearts long for. To be overcome by your presence, Lord. Your presence, Lord.
So I understand and I recognize the goodness of Spirit expressing itself in so many ways. I recognize the love, the joy that I feel in my heart. I recognize that there is truly only the one life, and this life is the life of Spirit, Mother, Father, God expressing itself in so many ways. This life that I make reference to is whole, perfect, and complete, as you are whole, perfect, and complete. For I understand that God is, and you are. I understand that as I get my bloated nothingness out of the way, thy will shall be done.
Yes.
Thy will shall be done. So in this season of nonviolence, I understand that thy will shall be done. And as I release and let go of any attachment to any outcome, I get to call it good and very good. For I believe that it's done unto me as I believe. I believe that it is done unto you as you believe. So I invite you to believe that only goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life. And there is absolutely, positively nothing you need to do but accept the goodness that has been provided by Spirit. So with this, I bless the service. For I understand and I know that this is a divine appointment which we are keeping here at the East Bay Church of Religious Science, and where truth is being taught. Even on street corners and mosques and temples and synagogues, I understand that there are many ways to get to the truth, but there's only one truth. And that is, God is and we are.
Yes.
So I bless our senior minister, the Reverend Celeste Frazier. I bless our practitioners. I bless our music ministry. I bless each of you. For I know who you are and I know what you are. The goodness of God expressed itself in individual form called you. So I just give thanks for this truth. I give thanks for this truth. I give thanks for this truth. For I understand the more I give, the more I receive. So I'm giving thanks, y'all. I'm giving thanks.
Yes.
So I am allowing the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart to be acceptable as I release, I let go, and I let God. And I invite you all to join me in anchoring this truth by simply saying, and so it is.
And so it is.
Oh, yes.
Holy Spirit, you are welcome here. Come flood this place and fill the atmosphere.
Oh, yes.
Your glory, God, is what our hearts long for, to be overcome by your presence, Lord. Your presence, Lord. And fill the atmosphere. Your glory, God, is what our hearts long for, to be overcome by your presence, Lord. Your presence, Lord.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, amen. Thank you. Good morning. My name is Reverend Anthony Jackson, and I'm so honored to be in service this day as your pulpit assistant. So I would like to welcome you all to East Bay Church. We're a praying church. We believe in the power and the presence of prayer. So we have practitioners here at the East Bay Church who love to pray. I know they love to pray because I've heard them pray before. And they can be identified with this purple stole, with a purple stole that they are wearing. Helen, stand up and show everybody your purple stole. And you could call on any of the practitioners here at East Bay Church to pray with you. Because I know I've heard them, they love praying. They love praying. So please don't leave here with anything on your heart. Give it to a practitioner, and the practitioner would know what to do with it. So once again, welcome to the East Bay Church of Religious Science. We have the Declaration of Principles, which can be found in the seat in front of you, or if you're on the front row, I'm sure someone behind you will help you with the copy of these declarations. And this is basically what I believe. I'm going to speak for myself, what I believe. So please stand, and we will recite these declarations and recite them in unison. And they read, "We believe in God, the living Spirit Almighty, one indestructible, absolute, and self-existing cause. This one manifests itself in and through all creation, but it's not absorbed by its creation. The manifest universe is the body of God. It is the logical and necessary outcome of the infinite self-knowingness of God. We believe in the visualization of the Spirit in us, and that all people are individualizations of the one Spirit. We believe in the eternality the immortality and the continuity of the individual soul forever and ever expanding. We believe that it is within us and that we experience it to the degree that we become conscious of it. We believe the ultimate goal of life to be a complete freedom from all discord of every nature, and that this goal is sure to be attained by all. We believe in the unity of all life, and that the highest God and the innermost God is one God. We believe that God is personal to all who feels this indwelling presence. We believe in the direct revelation of truth through our intuitive and spiritual nature, and that anyone may become a revealer of truth who lives in close contact with the indwelling God. We believe that the universal spirit, which is God, operates through a universal mind, which is the law of God, and that we are surrounded by this creative mind, which receives the direct impress of our thoughts and acts upon it. We believe in the healing of the sick through the power of this mind. We believe in the total of conditions through the power of this mind. We believe in the eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness, and the eternal givingness of life to all. We believe in our own soul, our own spirit, and our own destiny, for we understand that the life we live is God. And so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Anthony. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. And so I want us to be reminded of the principle that we're embracing this month, is that we believe in the individualization of the Spirit in us, and that all people are individualizations of the one Spirit. My name is Reverend Celeste Frazier. I am the spiritual leader of the East Bay Church of Religious Science. It is my joy to welcome you here this morning. Yes. And the Season for Nonviolence visual image for today was, you can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf. So for all those moments where life seems to rise up to meet us, we are willing to absolutely know that God did not create anything too big for it, and that through us it reveals itself as we ride the waves of life. I want to give a heads up to our guest musician today, Kev Choice. We welcome him here today as Vanessa takes a little time off. And I have a curveball for you. I'll give it to you in a second. If this is your first time at East Bay Church, we ask that you stand so that we may confer a blessing upon you. First timers, yes. Wonderful. And so the congregation raises our hands in your direction. And we say, welcome to East Bay Church of Religious Science.
Welcome to East Bay Church of Religious Science.
We know who you are.
We know who you are.
You are a unique individualization of spirit.
You are a unique individualization of spirit.
You are a special way that God is happening on this planet.
You are a special way that God is happening on this planet.
You are beauty, peace, and intelligence.
You are beauty, peace, and intelligence.
You are love, wisdom, and joy.
You are love, wisdom, and joy.
Welcome to the East Bay Church of Religious Science.
Welcome to the East Bay Church of Religious Science.
Please take your seats with honor. May the rose remind you of your beauty for its life and beyond. And please, first-time visitors, come to the bookstore with your packet. There's something in there to fill out so that we can stay in touch with you, and get a free CD of today's service as our gift to you for saying, we're so glad you came today. And I'm actually doing birthdays a Sunday early because I'm taking this Sunday off. That next Sunday off, not this one, I'm here now. I'm taking next Sunday off, so we're doing the birthday song. For all of the people who have February birthdays who were in the house, please come on up. February birthdays. Do you know the Stevie Wonder version? Okay, great. Up on the stage, people, on the stage. Those people that were waiting to come next week, well, happy birthday to you. Happy to have your name and, if it's comfortable for you, your age.
I'm Linda Miller. I turned 61 on February 1st.
All right.
Tyrone Cozy, and I am 3 miles over the speed limit. 68 and proud. Woo!
All right. Do I dare? Oh, hey!
I am Linda Compton, and my birthday was February 3rd, and I am 73.
I am Constance Slider Pierre. My birthday is February 22nd. I am 47. I will be 48 on the 22nd.
I am Tamika Abdullah, and I am 47, and my birthday was February 4th.
What I've given you is a free birthday practitioner session that you can make it filled out and then get it back to the usher or to the office, and we'll get a practitioner to give you a free session. Happy birthday. And now for all of us, let's just reach out to someone with a smile, with a hug, with a handshake.
Yes, we can reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place. Yes, you can reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place. Yes, we can. Reach out and touch somebody. 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 Reach out and touch.
So as we return to our seats, hint, hint, as we return to our seats, thank you very much. Thank you very much for sharing the love. Thank you very much. As we return to our seats, thank you. Thank you. So here at East Bay Church, we have so many things going on throughout the week. We have somebody from our announcement committee to share this week's activities here at East Bay with you. Thank you.
Good morning, East Bay. Good morning. So excited to be here today and provide you with our community opportunities. So this morning, we just want to remind our first-time visitors to make sure that you stop by the desk and receive your free CD for today's service. Please exchange it at the bookstore in exchange for your completed information packet so that we can stay in touch with you. Community outreach. Our community outreach ministry needs your donation. We need bottled water, food, snacks, blankets, baby wipes, lotion, men's socks, tarps, contract bags, and Home Depot gift cards. Black History Month celebration. We have an announcement by Amar regarding the Black History Month celebration. AMAR. A-M-A-R. We went over that this morning, and I still said it.
Get everything here so I don't leave anything out. So again, I'm here to make the announcement regarding the Black History Month celebration, which is going to be on next Saturday. I just want to say, kind of off the record, how much I love this church. This will make like our 13th in a row, 13th year, and it's been because of the support of this congregation that it's been possible, and they've been wonderfully successful. Now, the theme this year is 400 years of African American resilience, and this makes a significant celebration because it was 400 years ago in 1619 that the first African Americans came to America. Yes. And we want to really recognize that, and we want to celebrate that resilience. So, I think that you're going to find this year's program both enlightening and entertaining. So our keynote speaker this year is Dr. Sean Jenwright. He's a colleague of mine at San Francisco State University and a leading national expert on African American youth activism and development. And he's also the professor of education at the Africana Studies Department at San Francisco State. He is the author of a new book called Black Youth Rising. In addition to that, we'll have many other aspects of the program. We'll have a world-class dancer and poetry, Black history videos, and singing. Also, before, during, and after the celebration, we will have vendors selling all kinds of goods and services that will be available for you. Now, if you are interested in being a vendor, please come to the Black History Month table after church, and you can sign up. We still need volunteers to help us with food distribution, decorations, ushering, and setup and cleanup on the day of the event. Again, stop by the Black History Month table to sign up to help. Now, today, to raise funds for this important event, we're having a bake sale. And bake sale is very important for our financial needs, but also you can get on with your best pastry, your best cakes, pies. We have all kinds of good stuff that's wonderful to taste. And I just want to also thank you in advance because through our bake sale, you have shown tremendous support. Finally, I just want to say that on the day of the event, you can make a food contribution because we're going to have a potluck feast. So you can contribute in that way as well as making a donation at the Black History Table. And we also are on the kiosk. So if you wanted to make a donation through the kiosk, you could do it in that way as well. Anyway, I think I've got everything. Thank you, and hope to see you next Saturday from 4:30 to 7:30 here at East Bay Church. Thank you.
Thank you, Amar. February Church Potluck. Are you ready to throw down and show off your cooking talent? Well, the time is near. Join us next Sunday, February 24th. After service, our monthly community potluck has returned. Please bring enough to share for 8 to 10 people. The result will be for us all to leave here full from the message and full inside our bellies.
Amen.
Choir auditions. There is an open call audition for the men's, women's, and mass choir on Saturday, March 9th from 11 to 1 p.m. Experienced soloists and choir members are invited to audition. Bring an instrumental track or be prepared to sing a song requested by the choir director. Please see Vanessa Wynn for more information. 46th Year Anniversary Gala. This year, East Bay event enters its 46th year, and we are going to celebrate good times. The theme is celebrating the oneness. We have Arlene King here. Yeah. Pat Baxter, not Arlene King, here to give us more information.
Good morning, East Bay. Yes, 46 years. So what comes after 45? 46. That's a major celebration, and we are so excited about this. So we have a couple of different ways that you can celebrate with us while still supporting East Bay. One, the gala, as we just talked about. So the gala is going to be on August 10th. Write that down, August 10th. And it's going to be where? At Preservation Park. So we're going back to Preservation Park, okay? We spent 10 years, for those that may not know this, but from 1992 to 2002, that's where East Bay held its services at Preservation Park. Now, I will tell you, get your tickets now, because there are only 150 tickets that will be sold. This has such a sentimental value for us, so we want to be there, but we do have an early bird special just for East Bay. So do it today, or after the 25th, the tickets will go up. So get your tickets today. Also, you can purchase tables. So tables of 10. I'm quite sure you can do the math on that, but just make sure that, you know, if you're going to do a table, you want to get your family together or whatever that may be. But real important, I will be in the bookstore selling tickets, as well as you can do them online too. How else can you participate? Guess what? We have a historical bus tour and lunch. Because look, we got so much history here, okay? So much history to share. And we are blessed to have our very own Tyrone Cozy, who is going to be the docent on the bus. So we're going to ride in style, learn a lot about East Bay over the years, as well as have a wonderful lunch at the end. So I want to thank a couple of other people who have been so instrumental in just putting together this history. And one person is Harriet Wright, who is right there. And I just want to thank her because she has pulled together all of this history that we will be sharing with you up until we get to the 46 and beyond, because it is just a wealth of things. Also, in addition to that, you can also get a ticket for that event too. But in addition to that, we're giving you the opportunity to share just in gracious giving. You know, $1 per year, $46. If you want to give more, we're not complaining. So you can do that. But again, that's just one of the ways that you can give as well. So we really appreciate you, and we just want you to be out celebrating with us, at the same time supporting East Bay. Now, in the back, too, we're going to have a trivia. We got a little sheet there, so come back and play the trivia game about East Bay. And just for playing and entering, you will have your name entered to win a gift certificate for, guess what? $46, okay? So with that, come to the bookstore, let's have some fun, let's celebrate, and let's get this thing rolling. Thank you.
All right, other community SEVA opportunities. East Bay has several immediate needs for selfless service, aka SEVA. If you'd like to learn more, contact Reverend Celeste.
Yeah, well, for opportunities, you can go to the SEVA table.
Go to the SEVA table, please, after church.
Season for Nonviolence opportunities there.
Yes, we have an opportunity for you to join our 2019 Season for Nonviolence team. We need volunteers to help with the Nonviolent Communication panel on Saturday, March 16th from 2 to 4 p.m. Help with our Peace Vigil at Lake Merritt on Friday, March 22nd. Help with the screening of The Last Shadow on Friday, March 29th. And help with the Peace Concert here at East Bay. If you are interested in serving on this team, see Harriet after service in the Fellowship Hall today. And now for our local hero presentation by Rosana Martinez.
Yes.
Si se puedes. I am Rosana Martinez, a licensed practitioner here at East Bay, and I will be presenting our next She-Ro Award.
Yes.
Please welcome Sarah Kroll up to the platform. So church, let me tell you a little bit about how Sarah shines her light in the world.
Yes.
She is an artistic director at the Destiny Arts Center, a home away from home for youth 3 to 18. The center explores messages of nonviolence, social activism through performing arts and martial arts. They work to eliminate isolation, prejudice, and violence in the lives of young people. She has served in many different capacities since 1990. From executive director, director of Arts Youth Performance Company, a teen dance and theater troupe that has been the subject of 2 documentary films and won the National Arts and Humanity Youth Program Award. Sarah has facilitated arts integration, violence prevention, cultural humility, and team-building professional development sessions with artists and educators both locally and nationally. She is the recipient of the KPFA Peace Award, KQED Women's History Local Award, the Bay Area Dance Week Award, the Alameda County Awards Leadership Award, and was inducted into the Alameda County Women's Hall of Fame. Sarah has also been nominated for 3 Tony Awards for excellence in theater education. Wow. Amen. Sarah, we would like to honor you and for all your dedication in celebration of the spirit within you and your commitment to creating a world that works for everyone. The East Bay Church of Religious Science presents Sarah with this Season for Nonviolence Local Award.
I think sometimes I think I have all those awards, and it's just because I'm old. I've been doing this. I think we got a Destiny Arts Center received this beautiful award from Theater Bay Area, a legacy award. And I said, well, once you get legacy awards, that means you've just been doing it for a long time. And this just means so much to me. As Rosanna, and thank you so much for that beautiful introduction, introduced me and talked about this award, I realized my heart was becoming this flower, you know. Because when I sat down for meditation this morning, I know that I've been dedicated for almost 30 years to working with young people in this community, in this neighborhood, in this beloved community. And I'm so grateful for all of you allowing me. Many of you have given me your children to help raise, and some of you are in the audience, I know, and many people who have been at Destiny Arts Center have also been part of this community, and I'm so grateful to be connected to you. I'm so grateful and honored to have been able to work with young people and teach them the values that you're teaching this community. And so we are all together in this, raising the children to be the activists, the artists, the visionaries, the people who do good service in their community forever and ever. Amen. Thank you so much.
Stay. The congregation raises our hands in your direction and we say, Sarah, we see who you are. We thank God for you. We love you. Thank you for being our shero of the day.
Thank you. Harriet.
One final announcement. Today is February 17th. Who would like to have some fun 1 month from today? Some fun away from the church, fun in a different location. Another question for you. How many of you know that Queen Michelle Jordan is an outstanding talent? Well, the fun involves our Reverend Queen Michelle Jordan. Michelle is performing in a musical called Marie and Rosetta, and it opened earlier, I guess that's in February, and we have group rate tickets to see this performance on Sunday, March 17th at 7 p.m. Our group rate tickets are $60 each. $12 of that price will be coming to East Bay to help us with our expenses here at the church. So tickets again are $60, and they're available in the bookstore and also on our kiosk. So, and I'm also at the table in the foyer, so you can see me if you have questions about it, and you'll see this flyer. But we just have 15 tickets, and when they're sold, that's it for our group rate. Okay, so see me in the foyer. And just to tell you a little bit about this, how many of you have heard of Rosetta Tharpe before? Okay. This is the description of this musical. This is a West Coast premiere. It says, stirring churches in the morning and the Cotton Club at night, Sister Rosetta Tharpe became a musical legend. With competition going on in the 1940s gospel circuit, she auditions a new partner, a beauty with a voice made in heaven. Will they blend, break, or find harmony at last? Don't miss this roof-raising musical hit from our New Works Festival, the saga of the woman who inspired Elvis, Ray Charles, and many more on her way to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yes,
okay? So it's going to be good. Don't miss it.
Thank you, Harriet. And with no further ado, the men's, Tyrone, you said, you told me, chorus. Yeah, yes, the men's chorus. Under the direction of Tyrone Cozy. With Bobby, Daryl, and Rodney, and Kevin Choice on piano. I give to you the men's choir.
Up here on my birthday, up in East Bay. So, in honor of Black History Month and the resilience, as Amar was saying, that the African American experience has been, the resilience of our people, where we had to learn how to take the shackles off, right? Before the shackles were taken off. That was important, right? So we want to share a song with you that kind of taps into that a little bit, and we hope you enjoy it. And followed by an original song by Kablaye over here called Living God's Word.
Let's put our hands together, y'all. And let's party with the Spirit. Come on. Let's hit it. Hey. Come on. Hey.
Took the shackles off my feet so I can dance. I just want to praise God. I just want to praise God. God broke those chains that I can lift my hands. I just want to praise God. I just want to praise God. In the corners of my mind, I found I am divided, and that's the reason why I keep myself free. I was down for so long, I thought all hope was gone, and now I lift my hands up and I thank God through all circumstances. Took the shackles off my feet so I can dance. I just want to praise God. I just want to praise God. God broke those chains so I can lift my hands. I just want to praise God. I just want to praise God.
Everything that could go wrong went wrong in every time. I was promised on me, almost lose my mind. Now I know God within sees me through my trials, helps me to face my low. I pray God more and more.
Took the shackles off my feet so I can dance. I just want to praise God. I just want to praise God. God broke those chains so I can lift my hands. I just want to praise God. I just want to praise God. Through the fire and the rain, I was in so much pain.
I'm broken every chain.
Jesus, all right now. Shackles off my feet so I can dance. I just want to praise God. I just want to praise God. God broke those chains so I can lift my hands. I just want to praise God. I just want to praise God. God broke those chains so I can lift my hands. Oh, I'm going to praise God. I just want to praise God. Hey!
I will give to you, you will give to me. We will rise together, universal family, keeper of each other. Shepherds all are we, yes we are one. We're living God's word, one life, one heart, one love, lifting up one voice. We gather here on this day to live God's word. We're living God's word. In your time of trouble, you will find me there. I will lift you up with love. I'm someone who cares. Together we will survive. Together we will thrive as one. We live in God's word. One life, one heart, one love, lifting up one voice. We gather here on this day to live God's word. We're living God's word. You said, do unto others as you have done to you. God, you say when we love each other, we be loving you. And we can show devotion by those little things we do. So in our giving, let's start living this one simple truth that we are one heart, one love, lifting up one voice. We gather here on this day to live God's word. We live in God's word. One life, one heart, one love, lifting up one voice. We gather here on this day to live God's word. We're living God's word. We gather here on this day to live God's word. One life.
That's Kablaye, living in God's word. And Kimness on solo. We gather here on this day to live God's word. We're living God's word. Thank you. Thank you.
The men's chorus, under the direction of Tyrone Cozy, Paris, Michael, David, Kimness, and Kablaya. Supported by Kevin Choice on piano, Rodney Street on guitar, Bobby Edens on bass, and Daryl Thompson on drums. We are richly blessed, yes? And truly, as we continue the theme of the month, seeking the common good, We've had many illustrations of this today. We had the video, and a lot of Dolores Huerta's work was on there, and the work with the farm workers. We've had demonstrations through our Shiro of the day and the work that Sarah Crow has done for the community and working with nonviolence. And we've had many indications of our upcoming events that are truly seeking the common good.
Yes, amen.
And in my first week of February, we were talking about marching in the light of God when we were discussing family values. We were looking at the moral ethics, the concern, the warm-heartedness, the compassion that we want to call forth in ourselves. We were looking at that line of scrimmage that delineate the difference between moving towards our goal of the common good, and on the other side of that being fear, represented by the defensive line that stands in the way of us sending our common good to our wide receivers who can absolutely be able to take it to the goal, which is achieving common good so that it is realized all the way across the field. And we continue to think about places like Binghamton, New York, where little girls were not being honored because they were being in their joy, with their goal being joy, and how those school administrators made some harsh judgments and some moral ethics were denied and violated. We also looked at how that kind of correlated with the 4 little girls in Birmingham, and how that correlated with the women on the train going to Napa for a nice, joyful wine tasting weekend. But what we said was, I'm the quarterback of my life. Amen. That my goal is to be love. That my goal is to let the wisdom of God guide me, that my goal is to be of service for God, and that my goal is to be of support. And we got real tuned in to what it is that is calling us, and those things that we value, and that our own value, each of us has a value that is valuable to all of life. Last week, we continued seeking the common good with the topic for mutual benefit. And as we did so, we were remembering that there's a healing presence within us. And to know that there's a healing presence within us causes us to be able to let go of all of the moaning and groaning, to release the crying, and absolutely know that healing is always happening on one level, because God is forever revealing itself to us, and that it is up to us to absolutely embrace that by knowing that my holiness is my salvation, that my wholeness is the truth of who I am, that I am not missing anything, that I am complete because the presence is within me. And when I am clear about who I am in God, that I am freed up because I have the divine power within me to do anything and everything. And there are no boundaries. There is no thing that is not possible. And so we went on to talk about what happened in Parkland, Florida last year with the teenagers, and how they were making that never again promise, but that the overwhelming majority of the people who were first presenting were people who were white and none of the people of color, until the black and brown teenagers came forward and started sharing their concerns about the remedy being more police as a reaction or a response to this mass shooting, and that not being the particularly best option for us, knowing what has been our experience and what continues to be our experience in our daily lives. And we also looked at Dr. Eden Wells, who was responsible for making poor judgments in Flint, Michigan, who continues to be in state leadership. And she said that she had no legal responsibility to share that there was a problem with the water. And so we looked at those things and we said, you know what? We all want kindness. And the invitation was to love together in peace and harmony. In our book of the month, it's called Beyond Religion by Dalai Lama. And he invites us into understanding that what is essential to us is how we are with each other. And he says, you know, we can't survive without the care of others. That this is true for all humans, even those we might put in the category of criminal. There is no one of us who can survive without care. Like a baby can only survive for a few days without nurturing and care. And this is true for all mammals, okay? Birds, cows, right? Horses. Receiving care is assuring our survival. Do you see that? Now, it's not true for a turtle. It's not true for a butterfly. They just drop their eggs and keep on rolling. But for us, for mammals, we have to care for our prodigy. We have to care for our children. That's why our children are not back here today, because the tree fell on the building and there's a leak and there's water, and therefore we don't want anybody, you know, inhaling things that are not good for them. So receiving care assures our survival. Now, even if you can't call it affection, there's still a closeness that you have with your parent-child relationship. And, you know, humans have a prolonged period of nurturing that's crucial to our well-being. Psychologists have confirmed that the care that we receive as infants and children has a profound impact on our emotional and psychological development. According to psychological research, people who lack affection as children are more likely to have a deep-seated sense of insecurity in later life. So there were orphanages in Latin America that the Dalai Lama was talking about, and they would put them in smaller rooms so that they could be closer together rather than a big room. Because just by being close in proximity, there was a feeling of connectedness that they created for these children that had no parents to fulfill that role for them. Now, even when we become adults, our dependence doesn't end there, right? When we face difficulties in life, we turn to other people for our support, right? So when we are ill, we go to a doctor, yes. Throughout our lives, our physical health benefits come from human affection and warmth. You know, the doctors can do what they do, but recovery is not simply because of the medical treatment or the chemicals that are placed into our bloodstream. Yes. But it's dependent on the human care we receive. And so compassion for ourselves is good for us. We're the first beneficiary of compassion. Amen. When you give compassion to someone else, it reduces your fear. When you give compassion to someone else, it shifts you from that narrow point of view of what is happening with you, what's going wrong in your life, what's not working here, to another person's concerns. And that also boosts our confidence when we come and show up as a helpful and nurturing presence. It also brings us inner strength when we help someone else do something. Isn't that right? So when we're focusing on other people's suffering, our pain subsides. Have you ever noticed that? You might have a chronic thing going on. You know, it might be a back, it might be a knee, whatever it is. And then when you get lost in service, you're not even feeling it. Okay? This is how God designs things. Understand this. So in Ernest Holmes' book, A New Design for Living, he says, the more completely we are able to see God in everything, the more completely will the one God in all things respond to us. And so when we stop looking at things as though they are broken, when we stop looking at things as though they are not enough, and we continue to see the God in each other, then we are able to know something greater than what we have known. Please turn to your neighbor and say, I see God in you. I see God in you. And I see nothing but smiles from that, right? Yes, right? So to say, I see God in you is also asking you to see God in that person, right? To hear, I see God in you, something happens, right? You come into an awareness of who you are. You get tuned in to the presence that is within you. And whatever that word God means to you, hopefully it's not laden with a whole lot of history of religious abuse. But that's why you came here, so that you wouldn't get any of that. Just saying. When someone looks at you and says, I see God in you, then, I realize I am love. I realize that I am wisdom. I realize that I am joy. I realize that I am peace. I realize that I am freedom. I realize that all that God is in me. I am prosperity. Hello? I am wholeness. You know, the vibration of that informs your mind, your emotional body, your physical body, and all of your subtle bodies that are invisible to you. But some of you became aware of them this past week when my friend Tamra was giving you etheric healings. I know a number of people got some healings this week, and I'm grateful that I can call on my friends to help me nurture my family, my church family. Now, A Course in Miracles tells us this: God is the mind in which I think. God is the mind in which I think. I want you to be with that, because it's not the thoughts that you think that you're thinking that are God's thoughts. Okay? You know the difference. Right? God is the thinker that is really letting you know what's real. When God is letting you know what's real, God is talking to you about love. When you are thinking those other things, that ain't God talking. Okay? God is thinking my thoughts means beneath all of the junk, beneath all of the mess, beneath all the gossip, beneath all of the judgment, beneath all of the rudeness, beneath all of that is a thought that says, I am love. And the thought tells you, when you decide that you got an attitude and you don't care what God says, you're going to do this, then go ahead and get that 2x4 upside your head. Because, you know, it's not that God is doing it, it's just the way the law works. I mean, you know, the law is an aspect of God, but God itself is not knocking you upside your head. You did that based on your choice. And so you don't need to say, well, God punished me. It was you. Real talk, though. Okay? The Course says, God is the love in which I forgive you. I know I can't do it by myself. God, you know, somebody told me a long time ago, when my father was dying and my stepmother was making some interesting choices. And Lissa Sprinkles, God bless her, she was a practitioner of mine. She was Reverend Michael's practitioner. She's awesome in the invisible realm. She said, just tell them, God, love them through me. Okay? If I'm not able, I need God to help me love them until I can do that. Okay? And I'm open to that. I just don't see it being possible in certain moments when I'm feeling offended, when I'm feeling attacked, when I'm feeling disrespected, when I'm feeling abused. It's not as easy for me to love. So I have to call on love itself to incite my love, to induce my loving, to absolutely reveal to me that love is who I am, and love is an activity. Love is a verb. It is not a concept. So that I continue to be loving in my actions, loving in my speech, loving in my choices, not only to the so-called other, of which there is no other, but to myself. Because when I am loving to myself, all I want to do is spread that love that's from the overflow to any and everyone I see. You know what it feels like to be in love? Most of you. Nothing's wrong with the world. La, la. It's all good. Right, right. And so understand that you can still live there. You can still go there, even if, you know, you've been in that relationship for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. You can still feel that, not because it's based on someone else, but because it's based in the love in you that connected with the love in everybody else. That doesn't go anywhere ever. It stays with you even when you shuffle off this mortal coil and take the shackles off your feet. And when you can really dance in love, unencumbered by any kind of matter or any kind of earth density that confuses us, and we can't remember whose thought we're thinking because we got distracted by effects, and knowing that causes need to be our only focus. But when we say God is the love in which I forgive you, we're saying God is the love in which I forgive myself. Ain't nobody do nothing to you. Okay, what choice did I make? Because we're all here to accommodate each other, right? My thoughts get to be spoken through your mouth. Oh my goodness, how dare they say that to me? Like you weren't thinking it about yourself in the beginning. If you can't hear yourself saying something you don't want to hear about yourself, don't blame somebody else for saying it for you. They did you a favor to let you know what was going on inside your head. Come on now. And your family's real good at that. They're right there in the environment, so they can pick right up on it. And you'll be like, how dare you do that to me? I can't believe you said that to me. And so all of this stuff is like, okay, it didn't come from nowhere. It came from a thought. It wasn't God's thought. So we just need to thank our teachers that sometimes get on our nerves, right? So they can sandpaper some of that nonsense away, right? We need to give thanks to the people who teach us in ways that we say, they hurt my feelings. Well, apparently, if you weren't loving yourself enough, then you needed to get in touch with where your feelings were. Okay? And so when you say, God is the love in which I love myself, then you know it's right there. That it's not something that you can get from someone else. You ain't got to run down the street, ring nobody's doorbell. Would you love me, please? Start right there in your own bathroom mirror, right? Start right there with, loving your body, whatever you do to cleanse it, moisturize it, whatever you do to take care of that, whatever you do to honor the temple in which your spirit lives, that's God nurturing you through you. And so when you say God is the love in which I am blessed, you're saying, wow, there's no place that I can be where I'm not being blessed, because there's no place where God isn't present. And so in this awareness, when we allow ourselves to be in this, when we allow ourselves to be in the idea that God is the strength in which I trust, we don't have to lean into our own understanding. Lean not into your own understanding. Don't pay attention to the crazy thinking. That's what Satan means, crazy thinking. That's why when Jesus said, "Get thee behind me, Satan," he was saying, "Get thee behind me, crazy thinking." Oh yeah, you can just jump off this mountain. It'll be fine. No. Right? You don't know what is crazy unless you think that it's going to be destructive to you in some way. Right? But when you know that it's going to affirm who you are as life, as an expression of God, as love, then those are the God thoughts that you are thinking. That which is for your highest and best good. That which is for your benefit, for your joy. And so we want to know this, because just being with that establishes a state of mind that is peaceful. God is the love. And that's the one love that Mark Barley was talking about, man. Yeah, man, he was talking about the one love. This is what we're talking about when we say one love. We're not talking about this or that. We're talking about everything. All right? Feeling out here, man? Yeah, man, that's it. So I'm inviting you into that one love. I'm inviting you into that one vibration. Let's just breathe together for a moment. That's love that's breathing us. That's love that is always with us throughout eternity. That's the love that you recognize because you are it. That's the love that is free from any and every shackle. That's the one love, the one heart of God that we all share. I am grateful for your love, for your heart, for your divinity. Namaste. Namaste. As the prayer box is coming forward, I want our new practitioners to be in the front row after I get through praying so I can introduce you to the congregation. So you who are not seated in the front, do come forward. One of you is up front, and so the other one, I need you to come up front before I say your name. Let's pray. As the practitioners and ministers are standing with me in the awareness of this one love, of this one life, of this one peace, of this one joy, of this wholeness, of this truth. I know and accept that there is one presence, one power. That power is the thing itself that I call God. That is the power of love. That is eternal, that is omnipresent, omniactive, always acting, omniscient, all-knowing. It is the essence of my being. It's my true identity, my authentic self. It's that one love that I speak from now. Knowing for Fabiana Crenshaw and her family that right where they are as they prepare to have the services for and to bury Robert, that they do so in great thanksgiving for all that he has revealed to them just because he has been on this plane. And their relationship to him enabled them to know something about themselves because he was here. And so even though there may be tears that his physical being is not present, they get to celebrate his life as that which has been necessary for their growth that they called forth when they decided to incarnate into this dimension. I am knowing wholeness now for Beverly Nelson as she deals with her illness. She's still whole, she's still complete, she's still perfect. And so I'm accepting that the wholeness of her spirit informs her mentally, emotional, physical, and all of her subtle bodies of this wholeness. It is the love that reveals this to her, the love of the presence that reveals that it is never absent. It removes whatever need not be there and allows what needs to emerge to completely fill her, harmonizing all seeming crooked places, absolutely eliminating that which is not of any service. I know that right where East Bay's February finances are concerned, God's right there in the midst of it. I'm knowing where it appears that the giving is down, that there is still a community that is prospering because we are a giving family. I'm knowing that for anyone who has put any prayer in that prayer box about not enough, that is not the truth, that God is the support, and that God continues to be the infinite supply of all needs met. I am knowing for anyone who is struggling with a relationship that love is never absent, that love heals as we allow love to reveal itself through us, that we get to choose to be the love that we do not see until we can see it. I know for anyone who is having any particular malady that they feel is entrapping them in some kind of discomfort, that God is able to reveal itself, to absolutely move into those places where there appears to be restriction and freeze it up. That God moves into those places where there seems to be pain and removes the guilt. That God moves into those places that feel some kind of emptiness and fills it with its love, as the blood represents the joy of God, moving through easily and effortlessly without any restrictions or constrictions. And knowing it is its grace that is always present. I know that we are anchored in its love, unlimited by this grace. For this I am grateful. And I lovingly release this word into law. Law being perfect fulfills it now. I let it be. And so it is. Amen. Amen. Ashe. Before the ushers come forward, just stay there, ushers. Cindy Long and Nadia Abdullah Taylor, please come to the stage, to the pulpit. Well, I gotta ask you 5 times to go to the front of the stage. Okay. This is Cindy Long. I met her years ago when I was doing an internship in Riverside. She comes to us from Huntington Beach, California, transferred her license here at the end of 2018. Please welcome Cindy. This is Nadia Abdullah Taylor. Now, you've seen her around because, you know, she's one of those people that although she was at heart and soul, she would come over here to see what was happening over at East Bay. And so we're so glad that she found her way home. Please give her some love. You want to say anything? Briefly?
Good morning, East Bay. I am just grateful to be here and be a part of our community and to serve as a licensed practitioner. I would like to admit now that I was here in 1993 and over at Preservation Park, and so impressed with the teachings and Reverend E. And I continue to seek information and these teachings after being introduced to you all in 1993. And so I just feel so humbled to be here now as a practitioner. I wasn't a practitioner then, right? So it's like, oh my God, I get to serve as a practitioner now. I'm a little nervous. I want to say that now, just get that out of the way. And but I know that God will move through me to serve in this community. Thank you.
Yay.
Blessings, family. I just say one love month. And I am just absolutely in gratitude and thanksgiving to render the call of the vibration and frequency that has been tapped on my shoulders. Peace and blessings.
Amen. All right. So I'm going to ask that the ushers stay put until I call you. I'm going to just let us move into this offertory, and then Kev is going to play a little bit, and then I'll call you forward. Oh, you missed it. So just knowing that God is the source, that God is the power, that God is the love. When we move into our offertory time, we do so knowing that we didn't have anything to give until we came into being. And God started giving from that point forward. After already having given us life. So I'm knowing that the giving continues from God. And as expressions of God, we get to reveal the presence by our givingness. In gratitude for the giver, I'm grateful for everything that comes up for each one to give, whether it's by text 50155, text to East Bay, whether it's through kiosk, whether it's through check or cash, knowing that yes, the community does have needs, but I know God is able through each one of us. I release this word and I let it be, and so it is. Please welcome Kevin Choice.
Feel the love. If you could feel the love, let me hear you say yeah. And say yeah. If you could feel the love, if you could feel the love, come on, y'all. Come on. I know one day we gonna make it. I know one day we gonna have just what we're living for, just what we've been living for. They can't take this love from us. They can't take this love from us. It's deeper than they know. Yes, it's deeper than they know. Hey, and my soul has no limitations. My life is priceless, and my faith is endless, and I believe in truth. As long as justice escapes us, we live for the struggle, and we keep holding on, and we keep pushing on. Now let me tell you, y'all, I know one day we gon' make it. I know one day we gon' have just what we're living for, just what we've been living for. They can't take this love from us. They can't take real love from us. It's deeper than they know. Yes, it's deeper than they know. They got me. One day we gon' make it. Clap your hands, y'all. I know one day we gon' have just what we living for. Come on, just what we been living for. You gotta believe it, yeah. They can't take this love from us. They can't take this love from us. It's deeper than they know. Yes, it's deeper than they know. Let me say something. I sacrificed for this purpose when no one understood. I was born for this purpose. You gave my life meaning even when I had nothing. You made me feel worthy, yeah. You stood right beside me like strength and righteousness, the consciousness that guides me. We keep holding on, and we keep pushing on. And you forgave all my faults, all possibilities, and all of my failures. Ever so patient, knew my potential was worth every moment, yeah. And you believed in me when they doubted, gave me relentless strength to exceed all the expectations. Yo, we keep holding on, and we keep pushing on. Let me tell you, I know one day we gon' make it. I know one day we gon' have just what we're living for, just what we've been living for. They can't take this love from us. They can't take this love from us. It's deeper than they know. Yes, it's deeper than they know. Somebody say East Bay's in the house. Come on. Let me hear you say East Bay's in the house. And if you love it, say East Bay's in the house. Come on. For all my people, say East Bay rocks the house. Come on. Let me get a hit like this. This is all. One day we gon' make it. I know one day we gon' have just what we're living for, just what we've been living for. They can't take this love from us. They can't take this love from us. It's deeper than they know. Yes, it's deeper than they know.
Choice, for our East Bay Band, for each and every person present. I'm knowing that the givingness is evident, and we're receiving. I give thanks for all that we're receiving vibrationally, including the money. Money is energy too. And I know that all that is ours comes to us easily and effortlessly, and I give thanks for this. I give thanks for each representation of the source that is each one of us. In gratitude, I release this word and let it be. And so it is. Amen. And I have Toussaint, and I have Sharon, and y'all got some kids. Bring the kids on up here. Let's talk about it. What's going on? Hey.
Good afternoon, East Bay. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Kevin Choice. What's up, brother? Thank you for coming by today, man. Good to see you, man. All right. We had a really good time in the back with the kids in the Eloise Oliver building. Our theme was forgiveness. Okay? Forgiveness can be a very challenging action for our children to activate. But we know they can, and they have help from the God within. And we worked on affirmations with the teens, with the preteens and the teens. And let's see, we had Leo back there, Amanda, and Solomon. So if you guys could share your affirmation of why you forgive.
I give for life, for nature and life.
I forgive because I let go and let God.
I forgive because I'm the bigger person.
Excellent. Thank you. And?
Hi, this is my first time with the group, and we had... And as always, I'm learning from them. So one of the teachers was Zara, and Phoenix, and Sadiq, and two of the children had to leave early. That was Bernie and Lily. So we kind of went off script a little bit. And what we talked about was forgiving someone. Sometimes somebody hurts you intentionally, and sometimes they hurt you unintentionally. They have no idea that they have hurt you, so you don't know what to forgive. So the little scenario we had was friends talking, and they were talking about going to see a movie. And one of the friends didn't like the movie that they were going to go see. So the other two friends went to see the movie anyway. And another person saw them and mentioned to this friend who they didn't invite that they were at the movie. And the friend who didn't want to go anyway, is this familiar to somebody? The friend's feelings got hurt, even though he didn't want to go anyway. So we thought about how we might deal with that situation. And the other two friends have no idea that his feelings are hurt. So Zara, you want to talk about how? Okay, your turn.
So when somebody gets mad and you don't know that you hurt their feelings, there are many ways that you can forgive them, and if they try to say sorry, you can say okay, but sometimes when people do it on purpose, it's harder to forgive them, but you just have to know that you shouldn't keep it on your shoulders because it can weigh you down, and if somebody accidentally did it, it's easier to take it off your shoulders and it's easier to forgive.
Say hello.
Hello.
Also, I think what Zara said was true because there's things that I need to forgive. And even though you don't want to forgive that person, you still have to forgive the person because this is what my dad told me. He told me that when I go and I have my kids, they gonna be 10 times harder.
So that was an illustration of how the law works. And that love is always available. So let's bless our children. We love you. We see you. We thank God for you. We are so grateful for the gifts of your teachings. And we see your light and we are reminded of our own. And so it is. Amen. Well, that's it. That's all, folks. Listen. We are going to, some of us are going to Reverend Liza's workshop, which is also part of our season for Howard Thurman was the penultimate spiritual activist, and we are so grateful that he was here. That's today. We have our midweek meditations. We have our different classes that people are already enrolled in. We have our midweek Wednesday evening service. We have Black History Month celebration on Saturday. We have Reverend Judy Ann Young coming in from Las Vegas on Sunday. She has a workshop called Every Minute Counts, Run, Don't Walk to Your Good. So I know y'all enjoy her. She'll be here with you next week, and I won't. I will see each and every one of the new visitors back here. I'm giving you my love. I hope you'll receive it. Let's stand for our benediction now. When we touch a hand, we can feel the love that's there. If we don't touch a hand, the love is still there. Mother, Father, love, infinite spirit, infinite grace. We give thanks for all that has been revealed here, all that has touched a nerve, awakened the light within us. From the children to the music, from the word to the hugs, all of it's God, all of it's love. We leave here as love, reminded of the power of our love, and that there's only one love happening. In gratitude for it all, I release this word, I let it be, and so it is. Amen.
All right, man. All right.